Hello students, welcome to my YouTube channel Pratik Singh Classes. In this video we are going to start section 10.4, that is the bipolar junction transistor or the BJT. Okay, this is given in unit 10 for new publication. Okay, in old publication it is given in unit 9. Okay, so in previous video we have studied about rectification, breakdown mechanism and Zener diode. Okay, here we will start from the BJT. Okay, so let's start. And before I start my today's video, let me request to all of you that if you are new to my channel, please subscribe my channel Pratik Singh Classes. Hit the bell icon for all the videos so that whenever I will upload a new video, you will get its instant notification. Alright, so let us begin. Okay, introduction. In year 1951, William Solke invented the modern version of transistor. It is a semiconductor device that led to a technological revolution in the 20th century, and every electronic component which we see around us, one or the other way, they use BJT. The heat loss in transistor is very less. This has laid the foundation of integrated chips which contain thousands of miniaturized transistors. If you are using right now mobile phone or desktop or laptop, okay, you can see that a lot of chips are embedded inside the mobile phones or the electronic gadget which you are using now. All these things happened, okay, or you can see that the thickness of mobile phone is becoming lesser and lesser, and the screen size is increasing, and a lot of performance abilities are increasing for the gadgets. Okay, all these things happen because of the introduction of BJT or bipolar junction transistor. The emergence of integrated chips led to increasing applications in the fast developing electronics industry. Okay, and now we are on the verge that in future we will become one. That means scientists are trying to find out a way in such a way that the human itself can be transported from one place to other place, or that technology is called as teletransportation, and these things may happen in coming future. That will be the whole thing will be based on the BJT. Okay, coming to what is BJT, what is bipolar junction transistor. Okay, the bipolar junction transistor consists of a semiconductor crystal in which an N-type material is sandwiched between two P-type materials, or a P-type material sandwiched between two N-type materials. Okay, so we will have two different types of BJT. One is PNP transistor and one is NPN transistor. So as you can see here, we have a semiconductor. Okay, first the P type. If we take NPN transistor, okay, first P type is doped, okay, and then again from the both sides N type of impurity is doped. Okay, likewise for PNP transistor, first N type of semiconductor is doped, and then from the both sides, okay, P type of dopants are mixed or inserted forcefully. Okay, so as you can see here, the nomenclature. Okay, at the center we have always base. Okay, the central part is always called as base. Okay, then the left side is called the emitter always, and the right side is always called as collector. Okay, so as you can see here, the collector are the one which collects either the majority charge carrier or minority charge carriers. Okay, and likewise the emitter immediates, or the emitter gives out the majority charge carrier or minority charge carrier, and in PNP or as well as in NPN. Okay, and always you remember that the symbol, the circuit symbol for both NPN and PNP transistors. Okay, here the base works as a sink. To protect it against moisture, it is sealed inside a material or a plastic case. Okay, if you will get a chance to see NPN transistor or PNP transistor, it is made in such a way that moisture should not harm it. Okay, so that a very tough cover is wound over it, may be made of plastic or ceramic. Sometimes the two types of transistors with their circuit symbol are shown in the figure given below. Okay, as you can see here, the schematic diagram of NPN transistor and circuit symbol, and second one PNP transistor and its circuit symbol. Alright, the three regions formed are called as emitter, base and collector, which are provided with terminals or ohmic contacts labeled as E, B and C. Okay, E means emitter, B means base and C means collector. Okay, as a BJT has two PN junctions, two depletion layers are formed across the emitter base junction and collector base junction respectively. Okay, so here you can see JEB means joint emitter base and JCB means joint collector base. Okay, or junction collector base. So as you can see here, whether in PNP or NPN, we have two junctions. Okay, JEB means junction of emitter and base side, and JCB means junction of collector and base. All right. The circuit symbol carries an overhead at the emitter lead pointing from P to N, indicating the direction of conventional current. Okay. So as you can see here, the direction of flow of conventional current in NPN transistor as well as PNP transistor. Okay. Here in case of NPN transistor, the emitter side the current will flow. Okay, and in case of PNP transistor, from emitter to the base side the conventional current will flow. Now here comes what is the meaning of emitter, base and collector. Fine. Emitter. The main function of the emitter is to supply majority charge carriers to collector region through the base region. Once again, the main function of the emitter is to supply majority charge carriers to the collector region through the base region. Okay, so as you can see here, from the emitter side, okay, the majority charge carrier will flow towards the collector region through the base region. Hence, emitter is more heavily doped than the other two regions. That means emitter has high amount of either the electrons or the holes in such a way that it gives out high charge or high current or high number of free charges or electrons or holes. Base is very thin, just of order 10 to the power minus 6 meter and very lightly doped compared to the other two regions. Okay, so as you can see here, the emitter side is always highly doped and the base region is the least doped. Okay, collector. The main function of collector is to collect the majority charge carriers supplied by the emitter through the base. Hence, collector is made physically larger than other two as it has to dissipate more power. It is moderately doped. Okay, even though it is moderately doped, its length is more than that of base or of collector. As of base or of emitter. Because of the differing size and amount of doping, the emitter and collector cannot be interchanged. Okay, we cannot just rotate the PNP or NPN to left to right or right to left. Then transistor biasing. The application of suitable DC voltage across the transistor terminal is called as biasing. Okay, whenever the word biasing comes, that means we want to increase the amount of some specific property. Now here comes different modes of transistor biasing. How can we make transistor biased? Okay, forward active. In this bias, the emitter base junction is forward biased and collector base junction is reverse biased. Always keep in mind, in case of forward biasing, emitter base is forward biased and collector base is reverse biased. Okay, if you can see here, emitter and base is forward biased. Here, emitter and base junction, so this region is forward biased on the movement of the cursor. Okay, and this region, that collector base, is reverse biased. Okay, and we know very well that in forward bias the depletion region is very thin and in reverse bias the depletion region is very high or very thick. All right, the transistor is in the active mode of operation in this mode, the transistor functions as an amplifier, means it increases some property of the current. Here comes saturation. Here, the emitter base junction and collector base junction are forward biased. The transistor has very large flow of current across the junctions. In this mode, transistor is used as closed switch. Okay, or whenever we say saturated PNP or NPN, that means either collector base junction or either emitter base junction, they both are forward biased. Okay, then cutoff. In this bias, the emitter base junction and collector base junction are reverse biased. Transistor in this mode works as an open switch. Once again, in case of saturation, both the emitter base junction and collector base junction are forward biased, and in case of cutoff, both collector base junction and emitter base junction are reverse biased. Okay, and in case of forward active, the collector base junction is reverse biased and the emitter base junction is forward biased. Okay, so this question can be asked in 1 mark question in your exam. All right, in a PNP transistor, base and collector will be negative with respect to emitter indicated by the middle letter capital N, whereas base and collector will be positive in an NPN transistor indicated by middle letter P. Okay, then there comes transistor circuit configuration. About this I will make a new video and will send to you. So till my next video, take care of yourself and keep watching Pratik Singh classes. Take care of yourself. Bye bye.